Cyber ninjas can't hack COVID. This is an interesting story. I'm just going to read you a little bit of what I was able to extrapolate from from AZ Central, a local Arizona news site. Essentially, COVID-19 halted the expected delivery of the draft report of the Republican-led Senate audit of the 2020 election, if we want to call it an audit. Can we seriously call this an audit, folks? These people had no idea what they were doing. None. Senate President Karen Fann of Prescott dialed back expectations of a full draft report, but said she expected partial results to be sent to the attorney representing the Senate by the close of business Monday, though attorney Corey Langhofer said he had not received a report. Earlier Monday, Fann announced the delay is due to 3 members of the Cyber Ninjas audit team, including CEO Doug Logan, contracting COVID-19. Apparently, these individuals are quite sick. Well, this is what I might call the intersectionality of our administrative dysfunction here in Arizona. You have a governor who has banned mask mandates, who has done everything he can to thwart any mitigation efforts of the coronavirus. You have a governor who is weak around the rhetoric after the election, who allowed this audit to continue, and as a result, this is the perfect storm. Of course, the knuckleheads who can't get the audit right are going to be the same knuckleheads who are going to end up with COVID virus. As it continues, the delay in the draft report left people who believe the election was stolen from President Donald Trump suspicious and anxious to see the results. So, essentially, now what we have is we have Republicans turning on themselves. And I must say, it's quite refreshing to have Republicans turning on each other as of late, considering that's usually what the left does. It's nice to see that we're not alone. One user on a popular site said, "How convenient that COVID shows up. Surely there is a way to still proceed with Zoom or Skype." Others took to the messaging app Telegram to express their displeasure. "Delegate to another patriot. Freedom doesn't die with the threat of COVID," one user wrote. But even before the ninjas' review of the election is in Senate hands, critics have issued reports debunking many of the underlying claims that motivated the audit. Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, a Democrat, released a report last week from her staff who were allowed access to view the audit activities at the state fairgrounds. County Recorder Stephen Ricker, a Republican, released his own critique. So as you can see, this is not new. All of our election officials in Arizona have indicated that this election was not stolen for Biden. A lot of these individuals are Republicans. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors is made up of a preponderance of Republicans. There's actually only one Democrat. Only one Democrat on the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. And they've put up resistance from the very beginning. What is the incentive for Republicans to screw themselves out of a presidential election? There isn't, folks. The right has gone off a goddamn cliff. There's no other way to put it. They've lost their shit. I mean, the auditors have COVID. The auditors destroyed our voting equipment. Like, all of Maricopa County's voting equipment is going to need to be replaced now. All of it. Talk about cringe. And I mean, who would want to use these devices after people that had COVID were sticking their hands all over them anyways? You know? Here, come cast your ballot and get your COVID. 2 in 1. Right? As the Senate waits for the Ninja's report, a separate review is yet to begin to verify signatures on the envelopes voters used to return their mail-in ballots. Fans said the Senate received those records from Maricopa County on Thursday. Senate officials have said that after they get the draft, they expect it will take several weeks to review, clarify, and modify them. The final report will go to the Senate Judiciary Committee, at which point it will be released publicly, the Senate said. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Do we really believe? Do we really believe? So much so in pushing a political party that we are going to allow this. Our legislators are so divided and partitioned off. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the fuck they were thinking. I understand the need for political expediency. I mean, that's the Machiavellian way for a lot of American politicians. I understand the nature of the game. I just don't agree with the game. At some point, there's going to have to be a break in all this. We can't continue down this road. It's ripping this country apart. Again, this is the intersectionality of administrative dysfunction in the state of Arizona. This is what happens when you let the inmates run the asylum. This is also what happens when we don't mobilize and we don't pay attention to the people that we're putting into office, what their leanings are, what they're capable of, and who they're beholden to. If there was not dark money in our politics that were having such a huge influential sway, a lot of these people wouldn't be willing to die on this hill. It always comes back to money in politics. It always does. Because these people do this for the cash payout. They do it for the revolving door lobbyist jobs that they'll get when they get out of office, or whatever corporate interview they're conducting that during their time in office. Because I firmly believe a lot of these politicians don't want to be politicians forever. They want to grease the palms of somebody. They'll give them a cush job once they get out of office. Am I wrong in that assessment? I don't think I am.